Hello everyone. So previously we had successfully designed a movie or video streaming system, right? So today we are asked to design booking or reservation system, right? So let's see what the question states here. Uh, here we are asked to design an in-memory booking or reservation system that allows users to create, cancel, and view bookings. So that allows user to create, cancel, and view bookings for any resource while preventing overlapping time slots, right? This is the main question. Users should be able to create, cancel, and view bookings for any resource while preventing overlapping time slots. Yeah. So implement the system using a thread safe singleton manager and demonstrate it with a simple bookings in Python. Yeah. So that's what they have asked us here, right? So we have to go with a thread safe singleton manager. Yeah. This is very important. And we have to demonstrate it with a simple bookings in Python. So this is fine. So let's do one thing. Based on the question, let's collect the functional as well as the non-functional requirements in detail then so that we can move forward with the other things actually. Yeah. First, let's collect the functional as well as the non-functional requirements. So here the first functional requirement is users can create bookings for a resource, right? Rooms or seat table, right? Users can create bookings or should be able to create bookings for the resource rooms or seat or table. Yeah. Users can cancel an existing booking, right? Users can cancel an existing booking. So this is the second requirement. Third requirement here is system must prevent double booking. Yeah. It shouldn't overlap, right? System must prevent double booking for the same resource. It shouldn't overlap. System must prevent double booking for the same resource and time slot. And also we have to take care of the time at the same time, right? User should not be able to book this one at the same time, right? So whether it may be rooms or seat or the table. Yeah. Users can view all the bookings. Users should be able to view all the bookings. The fifth one is system maintains an in-memory slots. Now, we don't have to go with a external database. They've asked us to go with a in-memory, right? So we will be just going with the single file CLI demo. Yep. So this is fine. Next, let's move on with the non-functional requirements. The first thing is they have asked us to maintain the consistency, meaning here a booking must be conflict free, right? A booking must be conflict free, right? So that's what they have given in the functional requirement as well. See here, system must prevent double booking for the same resource and time slot. Yeah. System must be a booking must be conflict free. Second one is thread safe, meaning it has to support concurrent booking attempts, right? It has to support concurrent booking attempts. The third one is scalable structure, meaning we have to go with in memory and because login insertion level is accepted, because login insertion level is expected. So this is the non-functional requirements, right? So based on the functional as well as the non-functional requirements accordingly with the question, have we will be going with the this one internal conflict check algorithm, right? Let's discuss the same thing actually. Algorithm and design pattern choice actually, right? So the algorithm choice here would be we will be going with the use this one basically internal conflict check algorithm. Yeah. So internal conflict check algorithm in the sense for each resource we will maintain a sorted list of bookings. For each resource we will maintain a sorted list of bookings and this one we will be going with the insertion plus conflict check. Both are of big of n, right? Both are of big of n time. Just remember this one. Yeah. So next, let's go with the design. So in simple terms, we'll be going with the internal conflict check algorithm. Yeah. So like next, let's move on with the design pattern choice. Yeah. So we will be going with a singleton pattern for the booking manager, right? Basically, singleton pattern ensures one booking controller, right? It ensures one booking controller, and also we make sure that it is strategy ready, right? So we can later swap the conflict checking strategy, right? By making use of binary search or the segmentary, etc. Right? So we'll make sure that it is strategy ready as well. So for now, we will be making use of the singleton pattern for the booking manager, which ensures one booking controller, right? So we'll be making use of the model controller separation as well using the simple classes, right? So now we have the idea on the this one. What do we call algorithm? that we'll be making use of and the design pattern, right? So let's move on with the concurrency and the data model part. First comes the concurrency part here. So we will be making use of Python's threading.log. So basic for the this one basically for the concurrency, right? To use only one thread, right, that modifies booking or lists at a time, right? For this, we'll be making use of the Python threading.log. Yep. So it prevents the race conditions during conflict checks, right? It quite obviously prevents the race conditions during conflict checks. Next, let's move on with the data model. Data model, just have a look into it. Resources, we'll be going with the resources booking and the booking manager. Resources consists of the list of booking objects. This is fine. Booking consists of user, start time, and the end time, right? So this is also fine. Booking manager, what it does, it manages all the bookings plus conflict checking, right? Conflict checking. So these three things will be going with the resources, booking, as well as the booking managers. And these are the things that they contain actually. This is fine. Yep, you can just pause the video and have a look into it. Yep. So next, we have discussed the main part here, concurrency and the data model. Along with it, we have discussed this one, algorithm and the design pattern choice as well. The main things we have discussed. Now, based on what we have discussed, I have designed an UML diagram, right? So let's check the same here. So we will be going with the two classes, namely booking manager and the booking class actually, right? Booking manager, so this will be the base class actually, base class or the main class, right? So this is going to be the base class or the main class. It consists of the three parameters, yeah? It consists of three parameters. One is instance and another one is lock and another one is bookings, which is of the type dict, right? So, and these three methods we will be making use of within this particular class or booking manager base class actually. Yeah. One is create booking method, cancel booking method. User should be able to create booking. So for that, we'll be making use of the create booking method. User should be able to cancel the booking. We'll be making use of the cancel booking method. User should be able to list the bookings. We'll be making use of list bookings method. Yeah. So next, let's move on with the booking class. So booking class is directly related to the booking manager or the base class actually. Yeah. So this consists of four parameters actually. This consists of the four parameters. One is user, the second one is this one resource, the third one is start, and the fourth one is end actually. These four parameters that we'll be making use of within the booking class actually. You can just pause the video and have a look into it. The exact same thing will be articulating in the form of code. All we do is we'll be adding the logic to the different methods that we are making use of. That's it. Yep. The same classes we'll be making use of and the same methods as well as the parameters we'll be making use of. And we had discussed the design pattern as well. We'll be going with this one singleton pattern with a strategy ready so that we can implement segmentary and other stuff later, binary search, segmentary and other stuff later if you want to extend, right? So this is fine. So again, booking manager is the base class and booking class is directly dependent on the booking manager, and booking manager class consists of the three parameters, instance, lock, and bookings, which is of the type deck. And then three methods we'll be making use of. One is create booking, cancel booking, as well as the list bookings, right? So, and the booking class consists of four parameters, user, resource, start, and end. Yep. So this is it for the UML diagram. Based on what we had discussed, or based on the criteria in the question, based on what we had collected, the functional and the non-functional requirements, and based on what we had discussed, especially algorithm choice, and the design pattern choice, and this one concurrency and the data model, I have discussed this one. I have designed the UML diagram. I hope this is clear, man. Now, as we are completely familiar with the this one, what we have to do, how we need to write the code, and what are the things that we need to include, it's good time to write the code. Let's start writing the code. So first, let's do one thing. Let's import the threading here. Threading because so we can use the logs for the concurrency control later, right? So I'll just go with import here. Let me give threading. So this has to show. Hmm, let me type this one. Anyways, it is low, I believe. Next, let's go with the booking class. Nothing but it represents the single booking record as discussed earlier. So this will be class booking. So within the booking class, actually, the first thing we'll be going with the constructor part or the initialization part. Yeah, let me go with init here. Along with the self, I need certain parameters. One is user, resource, start, and these four parameters I need actually. Yep, I'll just go with here user. Sorry. resource, and let me go with start and end. Let me go with start and end. So within the initialization part, first thing I'll be going with the user resource start and same thing, right? We have to store the user who made the booking, one thing. So I have to initialize the user. We have to store the resource being booked actually. For that, we'll be going with the resource. For the third one, we have to store the booking start time. So for that one, we'll be initializing start. And the fourth one, we have to store the booking end time. Nothing but we'll initialize that one to the we'll initialize end to end, right? So here I'll just go with self dot. Let me copy this one. Let me initialize this one to the user. Next, let me go with here self dot. Yeah, let me copy resource. Yeah, let me initialize this one to resource. Yep, the third one. Let me go with here self dot start and let me initialize this one to start. And finally, let's go with self dot end. Let me initialize this one to end. Yep. So this is it for the initialization part. Next, let's go with the representation method. So what does the representation method do here? So it shows us how the booking is shown, right? When printed actually. So I'll just go with here def. Yeah. So this is fine, I believe. Let's return the compact readable string for the booking actually. I'll just go with return. Let me make use of the string interpolation here. So let me pass here this one user has to show. Yep, this is fine. Let me do one thing here. Again, let me pass the resources as well. Resource I have considered, right? Yeah, I'll just go with resource. This has to show. Yep, this is fine. And one more thing. Let me go with the start. Um, yeah, let me go with the start and end actually. Yeah, this has to show. Yep, start and let me go with the end actually. Yep, so this is fine, man. Yeah. So next, what shall I do? So we are done with the representation method as well as the what do we call this method initialization or the constructor thing. Yep. So next, let's move on with the main class. So this is it for the booking class actually, right? Simple one. So next, let's do one thing. Let's go with a booking manager. That is the singleton controller that manages all the bookings. We had discussed this one earlier, right? Just give me a second. So yeah. So yeah, the booking manager is the singleton controller that manages all bookings. So I'll just go with here one more class, booking manager. So this is fine. Within the booking manager class, first let's go with a class level variable to hold the singleton instance, right? I'll just go with here instance. Yeah, let me set this one to the none actually. This is fine. The next, let's go with a class level lock used during instance creation to make it thread safe. I can just write it in this way. I'll just go with underscore lock here. So let me set this one to the threading dot lock. Yep, so this is fine, I believe. Next step, what we'll do, let's make use of the new method actually. New method is nothing but it is overridden to implement the singleton pattern, right? So I'll just go with here, new. Mm, yep, one second. What happened here? Yep. So this one, um, let's acquire the class level log before checking or creating the instance. So I'll just go with here with class. It's not showing actually. Anyways, I'll just go with here log. Yeah. So within the log, let's do one thing. If no instance exists yet, so then we have to create and initialize it, right? So let me write the if condition for it. So I'll just go with the instance here. Is none, then what we need to do within the if condition here, we have to call the parents new to create the instance object here, right? I'll just go with class instance actually. Yep. So this one, let me call the super over here. Sorry, not the sum. It's super. We have to make use of the super keyword. Here it will be new. Where is new man? this one. Yep. So let me pass the class here, right? So this is fine. Simple one. Now let's do one thing. Now what we need to do, we have to initialize an in-memory dictionary to hold the bookings as we are going with a just in-memory, right? We are not making use of any external database. This is just the single file CLI demo. So key is here, we will be going with a resource of string that is equivalent to the value, nothing but list of booking objects, right? So I'll just do one thing. Let me go with dot let me go with instance here. This is fine. Dot let me go with bookings. Yeah, this is fine. So yep. Now let's go with a manager level log to guard the operations, right? Create or cancel. So I'll just go with class dot let me go with the instance manager log. So this one, yeah, let me go with the instance. So this has to show here manager log, not showing. Let me do one thing. Let me type this one entirely and let me set this one to threading dot log for the single thread concurrency. For the concurrency part, actually, this is fine. We have to return the singleton instance, right? So let me come here. I'll just give return. So let me go with class dot instance actually. Yep. So this is fine. We are done with this method. Yep. So next, let's do one thing. Let's go with a private helper method. Yeah. So we have to check if the time interval start, comma end, right? So start and end basically it conflicts on a resource or not. We have to check this one, right? So it should be the code should be conflict free at any cost, right? So based on the time as well as the booking that we do, right? It shouldn't overlap actually in simple terms. So for that, let me write in this way. I'll just go with def. Let me go with the method named conflict actually, which consists of the parameter resource start and end actually. Yep, resource start as well as the end. Right. So within the conflict method, the first thing here, if the resource has no bookings actually, there is no conflict. Yeah. If resource has no booking, there is conflict. Actually. So then there is no conflict, right? So I'll just go with if resource not an bookings, uh, then what I'll do, I'll just go with a, or I'll just return false. Yep. So this is fine. Next, what we have to do, we have to iterate all the bookings for this resource, right? So I'll just go with for loop for B and let me go with the bookings. Let me go with the bookings of a resource actually. Yep. So this is fine. Uh, we'll be going with the two intervals S1 comma E1 and S2 comma E2, right? So they shouldn't overlap, right? So we make sure that the two intervals S1 E1 and S2 E2 do not overlap if E1 is less than or equal to S2 or S1 is greater than or equal to E2, right? So overlap exists when not of that, right? When not of that. So if we write this one in the form of code, you'll understand this one. See, I can just write it in this way. Let me go with a simple if condition here. See, if not of end less than or equal to start actually. Yep, so this is fine. Or let me go with start here. If it is greater than or equal to end, then we have to return true in that case. Then we have to return true, else no overlapping booking found, so no conflict, right? So we have to return false here. So how can I write this one? Let me return false, else return false. Simple. So we are done with the conflict method actually. Yeah, we are left with two more methods actually. I think two or three methods, right? So we user should be able to, or we should be able to create a booking if no conflict, right? So this is thread safe via manager lock actually, right? Let's go with the thread safe via manager lock and users, or we should be able to create a booking if there is no conflict actually, right? So let me go with create booking actually. Yeah. So along with the self, I need certain things. Let me go with the user resource. So this is fine. Let me go with two more parameters. One is start and another one is end. So within the create booking method, so we have to acquire the manager log. So conflict check uh, plus insertion is atomic, right? We'll be going with the manager log as discussed. I'll just go with manager. Let me go with dot. Let me go with this has to show man. First itself I wrote manager, I think. Oh, 1 second. With not dot with here. I have to go with the self. Now this has to show actually. Anyways, let me type this one. Anyways, so within the lock actually, first if the conflict exists, then we have to return false with the message, right? Any message, like my resource already booked in this time slot actually. We should conflict should not occur, right? So let me write the simple if condition for this. I'll just go with conflict. This has to show, and let me pass the resource here mm, along with the start and end. Right, so let me pass end as well here. Right, so within the if condition, let's return something if the conflict occurs. I'll just return false first along with the false. Let me go with some message within the string conflict. I'll just go with resource already. Let me give here resource already booked in this time slot. Yeah, booked in this time slot actually. Yep. So this is fine, I believe. I'll just come out of this one entirely. Now, what shall we do? We have to create the booking object for this request, right? So I'll just go with variable b here. Let me call the booking class actually. Let me pass the user. Along with the user, I need resource start and end. Right? Resource start as well as the end. Yep. So this is fine, I believe. So now we have to append the booking to the list for the resource. We have to create the list if needed, right? I'll just go with bookings actually. Yeah, let me go with the bookings. I'll just go with the set default actually. I'll just go with set default. So this one, let me go with the resource. Yep, so this is fine. Dot append. Yep. Uh, Let me pass B here, right? So this is fine. Next, the final one, if it is success, then we have to return true. And let's return some message like confirm the booking or booking confirmed. We can just give, right? So I'll just go with return true along with it. Let me, sorry, make this one capital T or else we'll be getting the error. Yeah. So let me give here booking confirmed actually. Booking confirmed. So this is fine. Yep. So next what we'll be doing. So let's go with a cancel booking method. We are left with two methods. One is very small actually, single line. This one, we should be able to, or user should be able to cancel booking as well. So this is the main one actually. User should be able to cancel the booking for a this one on the resource, right? And it should be thread safe. That we have to note down actually. Let's do one thing. Yeah, I'll just go with def here. Cancel booking. So this is fine. I need two parameters. One is user and another one is resource actually. Yep. So this is fine. So within the cancel booking method, so let's go with the acquire manager lock to avoid this one erase during the search plus removal. Right. I'll just go with here this one manager lock actually. At least this time it has to show. It will never show man. Anyways, let me go with the manager lock here. So first thing, if the resource has no bookings, we cannot cancel, right? So we cannot cancel. In that case, I can just write it in this way. If resource not in bookings actually, this is just bookings actually. Yep, set dot bookings. So in that case, we'll just return false and let's go with some message. Yeah. So I'll just give here no booking found. Yeah, no booking found. So this is fine. Next, what shall we do? So we have to iterate a copy of the list just to safely remove while iterating, right? So I'll just go with for b in this one list of what bookings of resource, right? I'll just go with here. Let me type this one entirely. Bookings of resource, right? So this is fair and fine. So within the for loop, the first thing, if we find a booking that belongs to the user, then we have to remove it in that case, right? So I'll just go with b dot user. If it is equivalent to the user, then let me go with this one, bookings of resource, bookings of resource. I'll just go with remove here. So this is fine. Booking this one remove of b. Yep. So this is fine. Let me return true. Along with true, let me do one thing. I'll just give here booking cancelled, right? So this is fine. Yep. Uh, then the final one here, if no loop, I mean, sorry, if loop completes actually, then the booking for this particular user isn't found or wasn't found actually, sorry. And in that case, we have to return false and we have to give some message. Let me give not found or we can just give booking not found, right? I'll just give here return false. Yeah, 1 second. What is happening here? Return false. Along with it, 1 second. Yeah, let me give here booking not found. So this is fine, I believe. Yeah. So next, let's do one thing. The final thing, we have to list all the bookings. Means we have to return the in-memory dictionary. Actually, that's what we are left with. Actually, I'll just go with list bookings here. This is fine. Pass the cell. So no lock here for the brevity, right? So in production, we may want to return a copy. So for here, I'll just go with the bookings. Actually, we just have to return the bookings, right? Let me go with the bookings actually. Yep. Yeah, this is fine, I believe. Yeah. So this is it for the code actually. Yep. So this is it for the code. Based on the UML diagram and other stuff that we had discussed, we have successfully written the code, right? So now I usually add this one demo usage or the example usage from the Google, right? So let me take the demo usage or the example usage from the Google. Just give me a second here. So let me come here. Let me paste it over here, right? So what happened here? Booking manager. Oh, I have given small m here. Give the capital M here. So this error has to be gone. Any errors? No, right? So yeah, let me format the code once. Yep. So let me do one thing. Let me copy the entire file name here. I'll just come here and give Control J, clear screen. So let me give Python followed by the file name dot py, right? So let's discuss the same. See here, what is the output that we have got? See, based on the example, let's discuss the output part here. Right? So here, what we are doing, we are calling the booking manager, right? So we are getting the singleton booking manager instance here. So this is fine. So now what we are doing, we are showing that we are creating the bookings here, creating bookings here. So this one heading, we have got the correct output, first line. Then let's move on with the further things. We are attempting to create the booking for Alice in room 1 from 10 to 12 actually, from time 10 to 12 actually. Yeah, Alice room number 1 from 10 to 12, right? So here expected is success, right? It is available. Room is available initially, right? Every room is available. So this one expected success here, right? So see here, created bookings true, booking confirmed, right? Uh, for the Alice actually. Next, we are attempting to create booking for the Bob in room 1 from 12 to 14. From 12 to 14, it is available, right? Alice is taking the room from 10 to 12. Next, Bob is taking the room from 12 to 14, right? Again, expected is success actually. No overlap here, no overlap. 10 to 12 Alice, 12 to 14 Bob, right? So here Bob, room number 1, 12 to 14. Again, see here, true, booking confirmed. We are getting the desired output. Next, what we are doing, attempt to create a booking for the Charlie in the room 1 from 11 to 13. So this actually conflict occurs here, right? So 10 to 12, Alice has already booked the room from 10 to 12. So 11 comes in between 10 to 12, right? So here Charlie is trying to create a booking, this one in the room 1, for the room 1 from 11 to 13. Actually, this overlaps Alice 10 to 12 slot and should therefore fail, right? In this case, see Charlie room 1, 11 to 13, expected conflict. Yeah. Uh, there is expected conflict. In this case, what is the output that we are getting? See here, false, conflict occurs here. Conflict, resource already booked on the in this time slot. That is what we have given in the print. We are getting the correct output, right? So these three we are done. We are getting the desired output. Next, what we have given here in the demo usage, we are printing a blank line to separate the output section. So this is fine. Again, we have got the current bookings here. So next, what we are doing, we are showing the current state of bookings, right? Resource uh, to the list of bookings. So we are listing all the bookings here, right? So Alice room 1 from 10 to 12 and Bob room 1 from 12 to 14. We are getting the correct output. We are getting the correct output. Alice has booked room 1 and Bob has booked room 1 as well. Alice from 10 to 12 and Bob has booked room from 12 to 14. So this is fine. Next, what we are doing, we are showing a cancellation attempt here. Canceling booking, right? Canceling booking here. Yep. So what we are canceling, canceling Alice's this one. What do we call booking on room 1? See here, we are calling the cancel booking method Alice room 1, right? So here it has to be give us success message. See here, true, booking cancelled for the Alice, right? So we are getting the correct output, canceling booking, first heading, and here we are giving canceling booking, right, within the print. Then we are calling the cancel booking and we're canceling for the Alice. Actually Alice is canceling, right? So this is fine. Alice, this one true, booking cancelled. So this is fine. We got the success message, right? Next, let's move on with the last or the final thing, final bookings after cancellation. After Alice has cancelled booking, we are left with only the Bob, right, from 12 to 14. So we are going with the final bookings here, final bookings, and we are listing all the bookings by making by calling here list bookings method. So here we only Bob is left, right? So room 1, Bob has booked the room successfully from 12 to 14. From 12 to 14 time. This is nothing but the time actually. Yep. So we are getting the desired output. Based on what we have written the code, we are getting the desired output. We are getting absolutely the output that we are getting is absolutely correct here, right? So whatever the code that we have written works absolutely correct. We have discussed the code, we have discussed the output part as well, and we are getting the desired output as well. Now, it's good time to move further, right? So let's discuss the limitations for the code that we have written. Yeah, let's do that. So these are some of the limitations that I wanted to discuss with you guys. So see here, conflict checking leads to big of n actually. So this is not optimal for the large scale system. So this is one of the limitations. Yeah. So this is fine, I believe. Simple one. The second limitation is we are going with in memory only. We are not making use of any external database here, right? So data will be lost on every restart, right? So this is fine, I believe. Every start actually, sorry. Yeah, data lost on restart. So this is fine, I believe. Next, no user authentication. We are not going with the user authentication here, right? So no user authentication. Yep. So this is one of the limitation as well. What is the fourth one here? No advanced search or multi-resource booking. No advanced search or multi-resource booking. So this is one of the limitation as well. The final one is lock is coarse grind, right? Lock is coarse grind. So these are some of the limitations that we need to take care of, right? So I just wanted to discuss with you guys mainly. Next, let's move on with the last topic, nothing but alternative algorithms and trade-off. Yeah, the first thing here, we can make use of the binary search. Just give me a second here, 1 second. We can just make use of the binary search, right? So binary search, nothing but on the sorted intervals, right? So binary search on the sorted intervals, basically what is the pro or what is the advantage here? So this will lead to, if we make use of the binary search on the sorted intervals, it will lead to the faster conflict check. No doubt. We can just expect this one with the time complexity of big of logarithmic n, no doubt, but it requires maintaining sorted structure, right? So that is one thing. Or we can just go with a segment tree or the interval tree as well. So this is ideal for the large scale booking. Again, the time complexity would lead to big of logarithmic n, right? So it is ideal for the large scale booking, but it is more complex to implement segment tree or the interval tree, right? So the third one, we can just implement the, or we can just consider the external database DB plus row level logs, right? So this is durable as well as scalable mainly. Yeah, it is durable as well as scalable, but we should be going with a, or we can expect the external dependency, right? So that is one of the con. So we are just dealing with this one, right? I mean, we are just going with a single file CLI demo, right? So we are just asked to solve the problem. We don't have to worry about the external DB. We can make use of the, or we should be, it should be able to extend um, with the external DB, or we should be able to this one go with the external DB in the future, but currently we will not be going, right? But here the main pro is it is durable and scalable whenever we go with the external DB, right? So the final one is event sourcing. When I say event, this one sourcing, so we can expect full audit history, right? We can expect the full audit history, but the main con or the disadvantage here is it is harder for the beginners, right? It is harder for the beginners, right? So let me write this one. It is harder for beginners. So this is one of the thing. We have successfully designed booking or the reservation system. We have successfully designed a booking or the reservation system. Now, this is it actually. Yep. We have successfully designed again booking or the reservation system. Next, what we'll be doing actually? Mm, Next, we will be designing coupon or the this one coupon or the discount manager, right? So we'll be this one designing coupon or the discount manager, right? So I hope whatever we have discussed is completely clear, man. I hope whatever we have discussed is completely clear along with the this one UML diagram and the coding part as well, right? So for now, this is it. Thanks for watching, guys.